In this video, I'm going to show an overview of my PCEnginesAPU2 x86 single board computer. So this is the APU SBC, and most people know a single board computer as a Raspberry Pi. And a single board computer is kind of descriptive in its name. It is a computer all on a single board, so it has all the components that make up a computer, such as a CPU, RAM, any type of networking, input, output for it, all on a single circuit board. So while the Raspberry Pi may be pretty popular, it's not great for a lot of other applications such as firewalls and routers, mainly because the ARM architecture on it doesn't support some other the ARM architecture does not support some open source operating systems such as OPNsense or pfSense. In addition to that, you only have one hardwired network interface on a Raspberry Pi. So for that reason, I have got a x86 single board computer. Now this is the APU2E0, which is the lowest model that they have, but it's quite a bit different than a Raspberry Pi in a lot of ways. So if we look at the kind of I/O here, this is the only I/O that the APU has. It uses, instead of USB like the Raspberry Pi, it has a regular DC barrel jack input for power. It only has two USB 3 ports right here, and that is for a USB stick and a keyboard to install the operating system. But that's about all you're going to be able to fit on there. Two Intel Gbe NICs for this one for WAN and one for LAN for use for a router. And then because it doesn't have video, it has a COM port. When you use a COM port, let me go and grab one from over here. Yeah, you're going to need a cable such as you're going to need a USB cable such as one of these, and open up an application such as PuTTY in order to see any output from one of these boards. So take a look at the board itself and take off the case. So take a look at the board. We can see from the front that it has a power, USB 3, one Intel Gbe NIC, a second Intel Gbe NIC, and from the board you can tell that other models will have a third NIC right here, but I chose the base model, one for WAN, one for LAN, but it didn't need a third interface. Other options available are GPIO. It does have USB headers, so this case doesn't support it, but if you had another type of case and or just wanted to run the board bare, you could attach other USB 2 devices via the header here. This is a real-time clock. Otherwise, it's not very accurate telling time. It does have a SATA power and a spot for one SATA connector for storage devices on other models, but because this is the base model, it doesn't have it. This one right here is the SD card spot. You can use this as a boot device, but do keep in mind that if you use this to boot from, then you cannot use the mSATA right here. So if you do have mSATA or SD card, the boot device can be one or the other, not both. And if you do use mSATA for boot device, the SD card cannot be used as spare storage. So do keep that in mind if you plan on purchasing one of these. Additionally, it has 2 mini PCIe slots. Here's mPCIe2 and mPCIe1. These are for wireless Wi-Fi and wireless cellular connection, of which you have a SIM card spot here on the back side of the board. You can also see a bit the thermal pad. Let's see if we can see through. Nope, not gonna see it. The CPU is on the back of the board, although you can't see it because this case acts as a heatsink and there's a thermal pad that sticks to it. So if we were to take off these 4 screws on the corner, it's stuck to the case. But that is the one thing I forgot. It does have a speaker. So for OSs like pfSense or OPNsense, whenever you start the boot process or the shutdown process, when it finishes the boot process, it will make a beep telling you that the operating system is finished booting up and it is now ready. Similarly, when it shuts down and completes the shutdown procedure, it will make a beep telling you that the operating system has shut down. So that's it. This is my APU2 x86 single board computer. Thank you for watching, and I hope maybe if you have anything like this, you could leave them in the comments below and tell me what your experience is from an x86 single board computer and what you use it for.